on 2A, Mark Halperin and Sean Spicer and Dan Tureen, I think his name is, they were talking about this yesterday, and they were kind of alluding to this being a fairly big deal, or at least something that had the White House, the administration, kind of up in arms about. They were upset enough for Donald Trump to call the Wall Street Journal and actually speak to him about it. I feel like it's kind of a nothing burger. Sure, it's a little weird and creepy, but I think that the reason that Trump objected to this is because it's another more evidence of association with Epstein, and he is trying his best to distance himself from Epstein and everything. There's also allegations that Trump met Melania through Epstein.
I saw that, yeah.
And it's possible that the first time that Trump and Melania had sex, it was on Epstein's plane. These are allegations that I've. These are allegations that I've heard. I'm only telling you the things that I've heard. So I don't know how valid they are.
It doesn't look like Melania though. Like if you look at the pictures, it's this blonde woman that does not look like her at all.
Okay, so
I'm not sure.
So you've seen the pictures though?
I've seen the pictures, yeah, but I'm not 100%. There is a lot of fake news coming out about this stuff with AI generated photos and all that, so it's tough to say.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a serious interest for either associating Trump with Epstein or doing whatever they can to smear Trump, obviously, because he's the president and it's politics and stuff.
It says Trump's name, but are they just saying Donald? Like where unless they showed it to us, this is what's kind of weird about the story is I don't know who Donald is. Donald could be Trump. Is that what they're claiming?
That's the argument, yeah.
So anybody named Donald is Trump, Donald Trump?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the picture, but his signature is.
It says it's signed Donald. It doesn't say it's signed Donald Trump.
It's always been fairly distinct.
Yeah.
It doesn't even seem like something that Trump would say.
It sounds like weird fan fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
What is this? Alan Dershowitz. Wait. Among those who submitted letters were Leslie Wexner and Alan Dershowitz. The album also contained a letter from now deceased Harvard economist, one of Epstein's report cards from Mark Twain Junior High School in Brooklyn, and a note from a former assistant that included an acrostic with Epstein's name, Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, everyone loves you, fun in the sun, fun just for fun. Remember, don't forget me soon, Epstein, you rock, you are the best. I don't know, is that relevant? That is kind of a weird story.
Yeah, I think that it's, even if it was something written by Trump, the only thing that it does is, add more evidence that Trump and Epstein knew each other and they were friendly, which I think
Everyone already knew.
Yeah, I feel like that's not really a secret. There's plenty of pictures of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein hanging out before, 2000, when he decided that he didn't want to be around Epstein anymore. I'm not sure what the context of that was. Yeah, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago and stuff. And all his properties. Oh, all of them, huh? Yeah, so I mean, I don't see how this is particularly inflammatory, other than Trump doesn't like it because it reminds people of Epstein when all the Epstein heat is on now.
Even the part of the base that's challenging Trump on this right now doesn't even believe that he's trying to hide incriminating information about himself in the Epstein files. They want to know who else he's protecting.
Yeah.
So it seems to be like a total red herring.
It doesn't really sound like Trump.
No.
Yeah. Trump's the
Or
kind of guy who says...
are we just expecting it to read like the tweets?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
But also, Trump's the guy who was on a bus and he was like, when you're famous, women let you do let you do whatever you want. Yeah, grab 'em by the hoo-hoo. Oh. And, that was kind of like weird, goofy, lovey-dovey. But I don't know. Who am I to say?
Supposed to be a letter for his 50th birthday party for the album?
I think all the news everywhere all the time is fake now.
Kind of feel like...
Because we read that Axios stories the other day that said Republicans block Democrat attempt to publish Epstein files for a second time. And then you find out actually it was a procedural vote on control of the floor. And it's like, oh.
And then
so they said, we want control of the floor, but we're going to publish Epstein. And you're like, nah, you can't get control of the floor. And Axios publishes that Republicans blocked the release of Epstein.
And the reason that they didn't want to give up control of the floor is because of all the Doge cuts that were coming later in the day, which passed because, it took the vote of the vice president. But the NPR defunding, the PBS defunding, all these things that were, tenets of Donald Trump's his run and things that Republicans have been trying to do for ages. They're like, oh yeah, we're not going to give up control, so that way we can make sure these things pass. And then the Democrats are just, oh well, you're trying to hide the Epstein stuff, and it's very dishonest. But there's a lot of people that run. The left totally ran with it, and that's all you saw all day long is people were replying to Congress people. You didn't want to put the Epstein stuff out. You didn't want to put the Epstein stuff out, and it just is patently false.
This is boring.
Well. It's.
Did you say PBS got defunded?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Elmo lashing out just makes perfect sense.
It adds so much more to it. Yeah.
I don't think
Elmo
Elmo
was
got
in chat.
hacked. I think it was an employee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're probably getting fired. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.